Hey, we're live. Sorry about the late start. I was over on the mic stand on Mike Walter's channel, and that ran a little bit later than I was expecting. So, hello, everybody. How are you all tonight? Hey, good night, Spoon. Are you here? Elk, are you here? I know you guys were over there. You knew I was going to be starting this up. I know this is a different night. It's normally Tuesday, but last night I was teaming up with a guy named Kay. Goodnight Spoon was supposed to be there, and then believe it or not, Evan was supposed to be there, but neither of those guys showed up. And then this guy named Kay showed up. He created this what was it, Detective Squad channel? Um, yeah, Detective Squad thing in Discord for us to play an escape room online, which I wouldn't really say it's an escape room on at least online. It's more like a mystery. You're solving a case. You're becoming a detective of sorts. Yes, I did have fun. It was really good. I liked it. I'd be willing up to do it again. There was a couple things that we had to get some hints for near the end to solve because we couldn't quite get it. But we did. I'd say we solved 90% of everything by ourselves. So that was fun. Unfortunately, three quarters of the way through, half to three quarters of the way through, maybe two thirds, something like that. Unfortunately, Elk's computer shut down on him, and we lost him. And me and Kay ended up finishing it up. We got right to the finish. We did it. So I was thinking the same thing. It's more akin to an ARG than an escape room. I'm not sure what ARG means, but yeah, I think Meta was saying it ends up being a little bit more like a um, tabletop thing, Dungeons and Dragons type thing. But I wouldn't even say that really. But yeah, it was a real fun time. They have three other ones that I wouldn't mind doing in the future eventually. Um, Two of them were connected, actually, from if I looked at the screen properly. Uh, Circa 331 Beekeeper, Dear David. Okay. Let's see. Do I have? Let me. Okay, so I'm going to show the screen that it gave us afterwards. Um, or the experiences, of course. We did the Society of Themis. Uh, so that was good. Uh, there's this, I guess, one for large corporate groups for five or more players. I wouldn't mind trying at some point this Taken and then the Taken 2. So I wonder if there's any relation to thing. But yeah, this was pretty good. I find. Um, I did record our session. But unfortunately, I did the stupid mistake of not recording the desktop audio at first. So probably the first, I don't know, 20 minutes or so doesn't it'll have me talking, but you won't be able to hear the other guys talking. Um, my computer froze an hour and 14 minutes in, but I lasted another 45 minutes or so. Okay, so about 2 hours you got in. We finished it, well, probably we finished it what, at the half hour, 2.5 hours? hours 45 minutes, somewhere around there. Uh, uh, yeah, it's like an online scavenger hunt. Yeah. You should recap what Elk missed. Hey, Cement Shoes. Who gets to be Liam Nielsen? Yes, I crashed while you guys were talking to the Warriors about three weapons. You got the long sword. Yeah, we ended up just using the hints, and it ended up just telling us the answer to put in there for the Warriors. We solved the philosopher, as you know. We got one hint for the healer, and we're able to solve that pretty easy. And then we again, even with the warrior, the philosopher, healer. What was the other one? Oh, let's see what I. I can't remember the fourth type. Oh, the alchemist. Yeah, we weren't able to. We got the We used all the hints. We're basically it ended up just telling us the answer for the alchemist. And we typed that in. Um, then I think those are the only spots that we use the clues. Really, I think for it, unless somebody I was still work with tricked by a white rabbit. I didn't see the white rabbit at first in the but you said about that. I don't think we used the hint to find out about that. I think you saw that, but those are the only spots we used the hints. Um, the last clue, I basically knew what it was, or sort of knew what it was before, or what it had to do with. We had to solve some braille things, which basically just told me exactly what I already knew from the clue, what it was about. Uh, and I don't want to give too much away because, like I said, I recorded it. I'm gonna hopefully over the next week or so or less. I'm gonna go through what I recorded and try and edit it down to I don't know an hour and a half, and put it up and see what we can come up, what I can come up with. And of course, I'll Kay wanted. I asked if it was all right with Kay whether I did that, and because Kay's not one to let his voice be heard too many times on a thing. Um, but he said as long as I can, hear it first, hear it first. Did the Rue of Montgomery come up again? I'm not sure whether it did. The French alchemist dude. Yeah, he probably did. Uh, but yeah, we just. What do I say about that? Without giving too much away, Nicholas Flamel. Because I don't want to give too much away about what happened. For the not that everybody here, I think in the chat except for Cement Shoot. Well, Goodnight Spoon wasn't there. Yes, old Saint Nick. But that K guy was, and I'm sure he shared a lot with Goodnight Spoon. he said he was friends with Goodnight Spoon, and that he was going to share everything with Goodnight Spoon that went on in this detective squad um, Discord. But yeah, that was a real fun event. And again, I thank Elk for doing that. Again, of course, that was for my birthday, which was really good. Um, also, I had another interview today, for those that are wondering. It's at a golf course for a cleaner for the facility. It's only part time, 3 days a week for like about 4 hours a day. So that's not bad. Um, uh, I do, of course, hope I get the cashier position at Goodness Me that I interviewed for last week, and I should know by Friday for it. And if I get that, of course, I'm going to turn down the golf course position. But the golf course position, otherwise, I should know by Monday. I'm on my seat waiting to see and hear what happened that I was unable to witness and participate in. So it's good night, Spoon. Yeah. So yeah, that went good, and of course, well, maybe another one can be a Christmas gift. Yeah, maybe for sure. I definitely wouldn't mind doing it in person too. Kay was saying it's a little bit different experience in person, which I can just bet it would be because you're actually in a room and that you need to figure out all the clues to escape. Um, and I knew a little bit more than what I thought I would for I think it I wasn't sure how helpful I would be, but I think I was fairly helpful in figuring things out. Well, definitely for the last clue, I knew exactly like I was saying. I knew just by stuff it said before we even figured it out, a bunch of braille stuff that we had to figure out. I knew exactly what it would entail. I didn't know the answer. I thought I knew the answer, but it was slightly different part of what it entailed, what it was about. That so I was close. Um, Maybe that's something that I'll have to check whether they do have an two-person one because that might be something to do with my lady friend, female friend. Um, which reminds me, we went to see fireworks here in Canada on Monday, which is why I didn't have which why I wasn't on Mike's, which was why we couldn't do it Monday. Um, but that went good. She picked me up just before 8. Um, well, and she had mentioned last time when we were at the concert that like her favorite candy is chocolate covered almonds. So I bought her a small pack from the dollar store here, you know, so and gave that to her. Um, I brought some Canada buttons that I had bought to give away at my conventions and all that when I was in the States. I gave her one of those, which she put on her, I won't say purse, but it's like purse. It was bag. Yeah, almonds, chocolate covered almonds. What? Don't you have chocolate covered? I thought you had dumper. Oh, no. I like chocolate covered almonds. Um, but this is a walnut um, I like walnuts too. So I'm not sure whether she would like walnuts. But what was the saying? Uh, yeah, so yeah, I gave her that to. Oh, and I had some again for doing the same thing for conventions when I was going down to the states. Although I haven't been to a lot in the states, I bought these temporary tattoos that a little water you can stick them on. I bought those. She liked both those ideas, since it was Canada Day celebration, So she grabbed a little heart with Canada in it, and I grabbed. In fact, I got ones that aren't I haven't used. So give me a sec. I'll grab them. No, I don't think I'm familiar with that thing. No. She drove for those riding another. It's known as under the Rubik's a a gas or a grass. No, I don't know what you're talking about exactly there. We're talking about going on an escape room with your lady friend and cutting K out of the deal. Well, they have more than one escape room. I'm sure we could do a different one for two, or do a different one. If I did the one with my lady friend, we could do another one with all three of us, or somebody else with us, or whatever. Um, But yeah, here's the temporary tattoos. She picked this one here, and then I picked this one here. So, and I had it right on here. She had a water bottle with some water, so she ended up putting it on for me using the water and all that. Or I cut it. We cut them out of the thing, and then gas, grass, ass. Nobody rides for free. Well, I did pay her way into the what you call it, the fairgrounds. So, oh, gas, grass, or ass. Nobody rides for free. Okay. Uh, so we're there a couple hours before the we got to the fairgrounds. I don't know, about somewhere between 8:20 8:30. Um, so we were there a good hour and a half before things started. The fireworks started. So we walked around a little, not much. Then we went, sat down in the field, and listened to whatever was going on stage. But we were like 500 or 600 feet back from the stage. And we weren't super interested in that. Used to be a popular bumper sticker back in the good old days. Oh, okay. But yeah, I get the concept for sure. Cement. So we talked a little bit, but just during that time didn't say much, a lot, but watched the fireworks. Let's see. Okay. Took a picture of the both of us. During the fireworks, or just in the middle of the fireworks. Uh, I have a Zoom sticker on my bumper. Cool. In 1974, Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie put me off ever picking up hitchhikers. Oh, I guess that's good. Um, but so yeah, we enjoyed that. Ended up having some McDonald's afterwards. We sat and talked a bit, and she drove me back home. Got back home right around midnight or just after midnight. Rick, why are you throwing up gang signs? I'm not throwing up. Did you see me doing any gang signs? That was my lady. Um, yeah, and so invited her out hiking for Saturday, but because of her breaking her leg while I was away in uh, BC, and it just she's just getting out of the boot, the cast type thing. That's a boot that's like less than a month ago. She didn't feel she'd be up to going for hiking, so I texted her today and said, "Hey, well, since you're probably not up for hiking, um, I suggested maybe going for something to eat and doing some mini golfing." She looks like Valerie Bertinetti when she was young. She's pretty. Thank you. You were doing something with your hands, and I assumed it was game related activities. Well, I was probably trying to copy her or something quick, but are squad members allowed to be in gangs? Sure, why not? Isn't a squad a gang? Rick the Crip, or are you blood? Just kidding. Yeah. So, and she's like, she was sure to that, said sure to that. So, Saturday afternoon, we're gonna go get something to eat, go mini golfing. She's still cute, and she won't hit 30 for 3 years, 10 months for counting 1 year at least. MS-13. Squads are cops or detectives of the law. Okay. What about suicide squads? Uh, well, I'm not sure how many months she is into 27. So, and so somehow I don't think uh, engagement is going to last that long. I used to be, go out for a year, ask her to marry, and then, probably a year or two after that, you get married. Probably going to be less than that, as far as I'm concerned. Now, those that was government sanctioned. Are there anything else of squads? I guess military, but again, government sanctioned. After my last relationship, I would rather lose a limb than gain a spouse. Well, sorry to hear that, Cement. Mod Squad. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I was thinking Mod Squad. Yeah, you're too old to wait years. Yeah, yeah. Well, the one thing I got to broach very soon, either in the next couple of outings, is whether we're actually going out, because that hasn't been established. If we're going out as a couple or just friends or whatever, I would rather my next relationship be with an oncologist, an onco. That's oncologist, right? I know what that is, but I forget offhand. Don't don't bring it up. Why do you say don't bring it up, Al? I had my cousin say about bringing it up. She's a girl, so and I get her point. You're going, don't get. Yeah, that's a point I definitely get too. That's something I don't want to do either. It would be better if you don't reach that subject. I get where you definitely coming from, both of you. You know, in a lot of ways I agree. But don't I have to? I know a lot of guys aren't into defining things or whatever, or however you want to put it. But shouldn't I be sure whether we're going out on dates or not, or where we stand, or what she's thinking of me? You know, because do I want to end up just in a friend zone? Just go with the flow and play it cool. Yeah, that's in some ways a lot of what I'm trying to do right now. Just do that. No, you don't. No, you don't have to let her do that. Okay. But what if I don't know? What after say 6 months of doing what I'm doing right now, finding some reason to be out hanging out with her at least once a week? That she doesn't broach it. Should I broach it then? No, but yeah, don't be an insecure. I get, like I said, I get where you're coming. She's a nice lady. She'll ask you about. She'll ask you about your business. You'll tell her you're a gang, in a gang. Then someone is going to make you a godfather, and you'll have to do people a favor on this on this the day of your daughter's wedding. Buy her presents. See how she reacts. Oh well, I paid for us both going to the concert. I paid for her going into the thing. Um, I bought her, like I said, the what call it. She was telling me on the last time um, that she really likes chocolate covered almonds. I bought her. Try kissing her at the end of the next day. That will uh, uh, that will be all you need to make it a date. That is a good idea too. You know, although I get where that's coming from, and I'm definitely afraid of. I'm afraid, but not afraid of doing that. You know, just because then it could get awkward. And of course, I gave her, button and can and a button and this flowers will clarify if you're in the friend zone. Yeah, I thought of getting maybe. Well, actually, I thought about getting real flowers like a rose or something. I just don't want. My big problem is I don't want to be too inappropriate. I'm not sure what's I haven't been on too many dates in my life. My last date was probably like 20, 30 years ago. And that girl knew how I felt, but in a lot of ways she had friend zoned me. Although we went out to a few different places. If she kisses you, you're dating. You will never have to put in words. Be a man. Hide your feelings deep down inside you. Here's where I'm from. Don't do anything you regret if it goes sour. Yeah, I get that. Good night, spoon, for sure. Heck, if I thought she'd say yes, I'd probably ask her to marry me, but I know I just couldn't handle the rejection of her saying no. I always let them kiss me first because the potential for embarrassment is nil. True, 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 true. I'm just not sure whether she would make the first move like that. I don't know. Would the, you guys think there's sort of any sort of indication signs that she might want me to kiss her or whatever? I've embarrassed women that way before. Yeah, don't bring up marriage for now. No, no, I won't. Technically, I'm not going to. The only way, I forget how I said it. I didn't obviously bring her in marriage, but I think I said something about, wanting to be married at some point in the near future. But yeah, I also, I'm gonna, what's there? On a flash drive, uh, I put the discography of the band we went to see, plus a few other bands. I agree with it's way too late. That's my so yeah, I was gonna give her this um Monday, but I forgot it. But I will bring it. I'm gonna make sure I bring it on Saturday. I did for Christmas give her a copy of all my comics. She loves my comics. She's read them all. At the end of the day, when you're leaving her, gently attempt to kiss her, then get out of dodge and don't talk after kissing. Yeah, the hardest part about that is we're in her car at her vehicle, and of course, her in the driver's seat, he's in the passenger seat. So I'm just not sure how that would work. It's good if you can walk her up to the door. Cement. My last ex turned into a cycle stalker. Had to change my locks, job, car, and eventually move. Single for life now. Well, that I'm sorry about. I know you say single for life, but unless you don't want it, I hope you do find somebody that's not quite so bad. Maybe do a little bit more checking before you get a little bit more intimate. You should exercise better judgment. I think he's talking to Sabette. um, so I'm just trying to think of uh, something else I might be able to give her. I'm trying to think of all sorts of ideas. I've thought of doing bowling, but bowling I was trying to think of really leaving for. more something in the winter when it gets colder. I want to try and do some stuff outside. I know I said I might mention to her on Saturday. I'm not sure whether it'd be too late for the one coming up. Is that barbecue slash pool party? I'm not sure whether it's too late for that. In the fact that you got to register for it. It's free, but you got to register because he, puts it out there for a whole bunch of his friends to come. But he only has so much that he can space, that he's allowed to or whatever have people over or whatever. Or he thinks he only has so much space that he can only have so many people over. So I'm not sure whether there's just before you get out of the car, kiss it, and don't get handsy. Just get out of the car quickly. For the love of Satan, don't talk after leave her with the kiss. Yeah. Uh, that is definitely something I'd like to do. But would I have the balls to do it? I can be very outgoing and all that at times, but sometimes I can be very, very shy. You know, you know, sometimes it's really hard for me to. It's been hard for me to ask girls out at times. I wanted to ask her out before to BC, but I finally sort of asked her out. When just after I came back. Uh, Men reveal their feelings by actions, not words. True, true, true. My next date is going to a pass, have to pass a Rorschach test before I take a chance. Oh, funny, funny, funny. Samantha. Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely nerve wracking, for sure. Um, I probably spelled that wrong. The ink blot. Yes, psychiatrist. Yeah, I knew exactly what you meant, and it's spelled close to it. In the end, your divorce lawyer will have all the words you need at the end, not the beginning. Yeah, well, hopefully there will never be a divorce lawyer, at least for me, anyways. I don't want to be going into it thinking divorce at all if things don't work out. But yeah, I'm trying to think of, you know, I'm thinking maybe a day at the beach. There's an amusement park nearby. I'm not sure whether that. There's a water park nearby too. Rorschach, good night spell. Not good night spell. Good night spoon spells it for cement. But yeah, I knew what it meant. What he meant. Or so I'm just trying to think of things to do too. There's the thing. It's like you run out of things to do after a while because she doesn't have her own place. I don't have my own place. So it's not like come over to our place. I'll cook you dinner. We can watch a movie or whatever. Uh, good night spoon says a good night spell too. Samantha, I stand corrected. So yeah, there's um, thinking I could invite her to come sit with me at my stand next week. Well, not like a week from. That's the kind of thing that got not one but two space shuttles going up. Engineers just thought I don't want to think about it going wrong. Think positive. Yeah. Obviously, you're reacting to something I said. I'm just not specifically sure what. There's a movie called Rorschach spelled like I typed it. I blame it and laugh out loud. What was that? I was about to look something for it both ways. Uh, uh, hey Rick, I have a better idea for your relationship. What? What was it? Look up just before I read. Challenge her to a dance off. Oh, she'd win, probably. My relative came up with the most widely accepted way of interpreting the Rorschach test. Because I'm not sure, I don't think I dance well. I don't know. What is that? Asked Cement Shoes. And if everybody could like and share this, let's, well, don't challenge her to. I don't think I would. I probably wouldn't even tell her I'm in the one that I'm in. Although, am I still in it? Is that even going on anymore? I want to finish developing that story. Although it's not done, do you guys want to actually me to read that for you guys? Only one of you probably knows what it is. Well, arm wrestling competition. I meant mostly what widely accepted interpretations. Okay, so I'd probably win an arm wrestling competition too. Well, I would win the arm wrestling competition. Along like bull. I got a little. I don't got much flab under there. Uh, Yabba dabba doo. I won the quiet game at work. Ah, cool. By being quiet, I take it. Who set up the quiet game at work? Was that you or was it somebody else? Would you win? Uh, the interpretation was finally thought of as scientific was about 50 years after the test was introduced. It's based on preset descriptions of answers before each doctor would just make up one. Most certainly. Beforehand, the doctors would just make up what their own answers to all of them were. So before somebody gave had standard answers, there was no standard answers. Well, one give the damn test. How can each doctor is going to scale it differently? That makes no sense. You need some sort of standardized answers to it. And you would think the guy that made it up would have had the standardized answers with that, you know. I guess sort of get a standardized answer, you'd have to put it in front of like 50 or 60 people and get most common answer as the standard answer, unless he was trying to make something purposely. I'm not sure. They are a little bit up to interpretation. I could get that, but I definitely see how it's bad for there not to be a standardized answers for it. My supervisor told a coworker, "Hey, let's play the quiet game. Whoever talks last wins." When the guy said that he said that to then the guys he said that two kept talking, but my other coworkers didn't talk for 2 hours, so I didn't talk. I bet you love that a lot. Good night, Spoon. Because I can get how the Rorschach answers not. I could see if you're looking at it, the different interpretations. You know, how you answer all of them, what you're saying that they are. So you could answer this card looks like a year and staying in your dark room. Just think how freaky he thought you were. Yeah, I guess so. You know, like I get what they're going for, but I can see why they're. I think there should have been some sort of standard, maybe not answer test answers because like you definitely would have to think what frame of mind was somebody in if they're answering a certain thing. Why are they seeing this? How could they see this in it? What's the thought process or pattern, or what would make them recognize that shape first or whatever? If there's several things that can be interpreted as, and of course, I'm sure after a certain point, there's 4 or 5 normal things that the images could be done as. I guess there would have to be the outliers of the test that usually little to nobody answers. I guess I could do that. I used to think I wanted to be a psychiatrist until I read the psych section of Merckman at the age 10 and thoroughly traumatized myself. Or okay, so let's see. Okay, before we go there, although you're seeing the block card one, uh, so, go live, just so I can have the chat. Pop up chat. Okay. Early psychiatrist has almost all been dismissed as utterly unscientific compared to the rest of medicine. I wanted to be a psychiatrist until then I realized I can't follow rules. And too many people tell me their problems already. Yes, we're pull up this test. They're all online. I remember a little bit of how they are marked. Elephant. Come on. What? A block card one. Oh, I'd say an angel. Two people playing patty cake. We can't see. We can't see. Oh, sorry. I forgot to click the button. Okay, so there was the first one. Uh, Popular responses are bat, butterfly, moth. I can see those. I said angel. I said two people. So we got two humans, four-legged animals such as dog, elephant, or bear. Well, I said two people playing patty cake in dark. Okay. Uh, Patty cake. I remember a movie where the killer studies the normal responses to a tests so he can pass them. I was thinking a guy with a bow tie. Well, at least his neck, bottom of his chin, neck, bow tie. It just says two people. I can see the two people as well. Responses to this card can show if people have struggles in managing social settings and how they interact with others. Two people at a jazz dance meeting, the punch bowl. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to read what this says. The first one. This card can relatively easy one in series with as much as any associated stress in dealing with being trying to understand how to conduct a new task. Okay. Many subjects interpret the red as blood, which can be display how the subject might respond to the feeling of anger, physical harm, some associated with blood with power and sexual response for these twins. I remember coworkers telling me to study right. Ooh, a worm's eye view of some sort of creature standing, bipedal creature standing. Animal hide, animal skin, skin rug. The darker color of this blot can pose difficulty for depressed subjects. The face appears to be looking downward, which makes it look like one is looking up at an imposing monster. Yeah, that's I get that. To understand how one uh, responds to authority, this card is often perceived as being associated with a male figure, which is why the card is called the father card. Uh, Connection, a giant man shaped to the ground. Smuggery of painting. It's Batman! Batman flying through the air. This I'd probably say some sort of flying creature. Again, it's got popular responses: bat, butterfly, and Mothman. This card is viewed as a transition card that does not typically evoke strong emotional response. The topic is usually seen as non-threatening and indicates change of pace to where the test will become easier. Why does this like my mother-in-law? Hey Joshua, how are you? Hmm. Congratulations on the wedding, Josh. At first, I was going to say some sort of holy man praying, but I'm not sure what I interpret this to be. It says animal hide, animal skin, or skin rug. I don't even really see that. I don't know what I see in this. I don't really see nothing in this. It's just wacky. And this is my stepdad. What's going on? We're looking at the Rorschach cards test. Um, Rorschach blot ink test. Sword and stone. I can see that. I can see it, but a mine shaft? I don't really have any. I have no clue what I'd say for this one. Nothing seems appropriate. Link finding a master sword or a rupee. Rabbits? Again, this one doesn't really. I don't know what to interpret this one as. I know it says human heads, faces, heads of women or children. Um, Top of a shovel, maybe, because in here, the part that goes in the ground, there's a little bit of a link, and then, although it'd be too wide, but the handle upwards. Oh, two tiny babies, goats on the mountain. Uh, it looks like my hands on the steering wheel of my car right before painting goats. Again, so I don't know what I get of that. I do. I was good for the first six of these, and then it's like, uh, looks like some sort of animal climbing up something, up the side of a woman. A couple cats hanging onto the side of a woman. Pink four-legged animal, some animal other than a cat or dog. I see the shape of a woman, with the orangey, then up to the pink, then the clear, the whitish, then the blue, and then the green, and then right down the middle, it looks like there's a spine. But these things are off to the side that are pinkish purple, same color as the one thing in the middle on the woman's body, look more like animals' torso. But I'd say a woman's torso at least. Two dragons? Kindergarten encroach anatomy of a torso. Two dragons? Human? That's about all I get. Couple. A seascape? That's what I'm going to say for this. A seascape, an underwater seascape. This one I'll go with hips and the female reproductive system. I take it you mean 10 or 9 for that. Sea creatures for sure. Yeah, it says crab, lobster, blue spider, rabbit, head, worms, snakes, caterpillars. Not this one, the one before. Khaki Chinese food maybe for the last one. Yeah, maybe put beside if you're putting an interpretation down for a card, put the number. So this was 10. And that's it actually. That's all this one has. 10 cards. Is that usually how many that there are in the Rorschach test? How many cards are there normally, or do you guys know? So am I crazy? I have no idea. There's nowhere where you hit the button or whatever and find out information. So based on what you think of these, these my art. Okay, so that's done. What do you guys think of the Rorschach test? It was wacky, that's for sure. Not what I'm used to seeing for them. I'm not sure whether that was the normal one. So now that we have an underlying understanding of how the test is administered, what exactly do the interpreters and psychologists of the word test look like when they're analyzing responses to the inputs? The actual content of your answers given is one thing. The other factors are essential too. The content refers to the name of class of object, patient's response, subtle contents, include nature, animal features, whole human feature, fictional and mythical human detail, sex. I think whoever made it up is crazy. I will go with that. Well, if since shoes, well, if cement shoes would date me based on my answers, I'm a cuckoo. If not, I'm not. Walnuts. Rick, you're going to have to break the news to the author. No, Spoon is not a girl. He's teasing you, Cement. He's just doing some trolling. Well, you're the one that sort of hit on him. Okay. Yeah, that's sort of my point. And hello to everybody who's joined us. How is everybody? Everybody, make sure you're hitting that like button, sharing out there. Let people know we're here. We're just chilling, talking about whatever comes up. You know, we've talked a little bit about what's going on in my life. Um, talked about a Rorschach test. That led into Rorschach test. It led into us looking at Rorschach test. I'm not saying I would make people. I'm not the one. People take a Rorschach test before. Well, I think he might take that thing back now because I think he doesn't think that you really can't really determine anything legit by it. Oh no, I wasn't saying you hit on him. I was saying Goodnight Spoon hit on you by saying about the dating thing. And I know it's all joking too. That's not how you, of course not. Wait, yeah, Goodnight Spoon is the one that suggested that he date cement shoes. So I never pictures give me a headache. Yeah. Let's see. Goodnight Spoon said a little earlier, well, cement shoe. Well, if cement shoes would date me based on my answers, I'm a cuckoo. If not, I am nuts. You're the one that was saying about him dating you. He never even said about anything about dating you. That's not what happened. I am not playing Rainbow Blaze. Scroll up higher, Rick. Okay. How far up higher do I go? I remember, yeah, I remember him saying about his next person would have to date would take have to do the Rorschach test, but he wasn't referring to you. He was referring to a girl. So you answering or asking or saying something to that effect about him dating if he were to date you. Gonna say my Am I crazy? Excuse me. My eyes farted. Ooh. Okay, how far do I go up? Good night, Spoon. I'm trying to find out if I passed the Rorschach test. Right? I'm not asking for a date. He's watching you. Don't fuck yourself, Spoon. I think Good night, Spoon is trying to say he's asking for a date. This is what I didn't do. I thought you didn't go to your wedding because you weren't invited. None of us were, in fact. We were so not invited that we didn't even know it was happening. We weren't even told that we were dating somebody. At least I've told you I might be dating somebody. So now you remember Rick's chat that. Oh, now you remember chat that brought her back. Rick, what chat? Went up and looked. Your invites must have got lost in the mail. Oh, about Joshua saying that he was married about his wife. This is why I shouldn't go to your wedding. I haven't had a wedding yet. Nobody's putting any rings on my fingers or my ears as cement shoes. Well, this chat has devolved into some debauchery tonight. Not that it hasn't happened before, but this is shoes. You divorce shoes. You don't wear shoes? Does that mean you don't wear shoes? Do you go like around everywhere just barefoot? I guess you could go around everywhere sock footed. You could really suck it to people. Rather go to divorce than a wedding. Yes, what would a divorce celebration or party look like? I'm full on Crocs, Rick. You go full on with crocodiles. That can be dangerous. Crocs and socks. Yes, but aren't Crocs shoes? Do you sock it to the Crocs? I hope you're socking them real hard. That way they don't wake up. Those Crocs. Because their bites are nasty. I thought they were an embarrassment. I bet they throw more than rice. I bet they throw more than rice at a divorce. Yeah, like plates. Shade. Anybody's throwing? Oh, throwing shade. You know what? I never sent out the invite to anybody tonight. You know what? Let's grab the invite. Dillard was on earlier tonight. I'm not sure he's still on or not. Okay. So just put the link for anybody to come on. That's in my Cross Comics Warriors 2 group on Twitter. Somehow I doubt it if anybody will, but who knows. I heard a guy who lost his convertible in a divorce. He had it filled with concrete and delivered it to his ex-wife. Question is, could he have gotten in trouble for that? I guess that would have been had to have been delivered on a flatbed truck or something. Or flatbed. Just grabbing something to drink. Oh, so has anybody been catching my latest snack videos? Going Mexican. How tall is that fridge? Well, seeing as how I'm 5'7" and it comes up to there, so it's about 5 foot, I'd say. It was back in the '96, so he probably didn't. Uh, oh, get in trouble, yeah. How tall am I? I'm 5'7". Wait, our fridge is tiny in Canada. Well, there are smaller ones like this, and then there's bigger ones. I have to check it out, but I don't remember getting a notification for it. Yeah, like I have another channel, Cement Shoes, called Pipe Piper of Hamilton, and I do Canadian snack videos. I do some gaming over there, although not a lot of gaming. Do some movie or TV type reviews, show reviews over there. Oh, did they get hit by shrinkflation? No, this is a small apartment. So they probably just put a small fridge in here. I know my other apartment, it might be because it's a fridge for an apartment. They might put smaller ones in here. I think the one that I had at my previous place was bigger than this. That was theirs, and I bought one that's probably about 6 foot tall. I think 6 foot tall that I had for 5 years. Okay. Give me a sec. I would think Pied Piper. No, you can't link a page, but I can link my other channel. That's the other channel, Pied Piper of Hamilton. I already watched that one. Well, that's a link just to the channel, but I put up a new video today. Good night, Spoon. I was just putting a link to the channel there, not a particular video. Unless you guys want me to do the particular video. I'll grab the specific video that I did. Well, put up today. I did it about a week and a half ago. Oh, thanks, Cement. I thumbed down the video for not being Andy Cap's hot fries. That's 64. I got 2 new subscribers there just now, I think. I was at 62 earlier. So cool. Thanks everybody that subbed to that one. Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot there. Damn it, Rick. Why do you do YouTube? Why do you got so many channels? I've got 2 channels. I think well, technically I have 3, but one I don't really use anymore. There's this one, of course, Pied Piper one, and I had one called Powerhouse, but that was for a coffee house thing that I attended. I would record it and put it up, but unfortunately, the guy that led that died last year, like in about March or April, and that stopped also for COVID. Need 5 more people to sub. And hello, Kirk Painted. How are you doing? It's been a while. But yeah, I was having that stuff over here. Well, technically, I've got 2 Pied Piper of Hamilton channels, but I'm not doing one with anything. The one because it was to a different email address than this one. The one that I do mainly. I should probably somehow figure out how to shut down the other one. Danny, good to see you back home. Well, I'm back in Ontario. I won't say home yet because I'm staying at my cousin's. Home will be once I get a job and get my own place with all my own crap. You know, everyone who doesn't sub has to take a Rorschach test and go on a date with shoes. Well, I hope you go on a date. When you go on a date, you have shoes on. Unless you're on the beach, then I guess you could have sandals on and just go in your bare feet. But I don't got too much of my own crap here. But a bunch of stuff in the closet there. I got my Hulk that actually I bought since I've been here. Hulk smash. Once I get my own place, I might paint this up to be Canadian Shield or maybe Manly Cougar. The only problem is I don't like that he's frowning. I like the pause. What pause? Uh, waving that. The shield is packed up. Unfortunately, I got this at the dollar store for like $5. Or it's really not a dollar store; it's a discount store because $5 are under. Who's your favorite superhero? I know who Liberty Bell is. I'm not sure about Harmony or Mange. And I guess you mean out of those three, of course. Liberty Bell, at least the one that I'm thinking of course, is DC Comics. Um, from World War II era, I believe. So since I don't really know who the other two are, and if it's you're talking about the one that I think you're talking about for Liberty Bell, I guess I'm going to have to go Liberty Bell. No. Wrong network. You're wrong comic company. Okay. Then obviously I don't know which person you're referring to. Oh, Powerpuff Girls? Apply. Apply to that steel mill on Burlington Street. Uh, you probably mean Tabasco. I think that's the only one going. I'm not sure. Um, I probably don't have the right skill set for that place. Crooked painter, but I actually I had two interviews. Well, I had an interview this week, and I technically had an interview last week. Last Thursday, I had an interview for a cashier at a place called Goodness Me. It's a health food supermarket. And today I had an interview at a golf course for a cleaner for their facility. No, I haven't chosen. List of characters. Blossom. Bubbles. I can't find the things that you're talking about with characters there. But yeah, and trust me, I've been applying a lot of places. You've been using Indeed. I've actually got to get out, get forklift certificate. Yeah, I've been thinking that. Um, I'm probably gonna try and do that in the next couple weeks. Gonna take some screenshots of the forklift. I'm gonna probably do get them. I can if I get enough like 5 or 6 screenshots of places wanting forklift place. I get this employment help center probably to pay for that. I'm just not sure where. You'd probably pick Liberty Bell. Probably get them to pay for it, and they might know where somewhere in Hamilton I can take it. I'm going to be actually doing a course through them uh, next week from the 10th to the 16th, I think it is. The Power Possible, which again will do. It's going to be doing stuff for my resume, cover letter, all that, references. Unbelievable. You. Well, thank you for sure. Um, yeah. Well, I know God's going to supply in time. Might not be the time that I would like, which would be right away, my opinion. Um, I'm at my cousin's. This is a safe place to stay at the moment. You know, and helping her out as much as I can too. I've got money in the bank. Um, you know, so as soon as I can find work, of course, I'm gonna take it. Um, but other good news is I've gone out on a couple Florida dates lately. Major Glory. No, those ones I actually know. That's I think it's by the same people that do Powerpuff Girls, but or at least Dexter's Laboratory. And I'm gonna go then Fraggle Crunk. It's basically Superman Flash Captain America character with I said Florida dates. Thor and the Hulk. I agree with you on Crunk. Yeah, there's a girl that I went to see a concert with a couple weeks ago, and then we went to see fireworks on Monday together, and we should be going out uh, for something to eat and what's the name of it? Mini golfing on Saturday. How old is she? Yes, 27, Joshua. Well, we haven't went mini golfing yet. That's going to be on Saturday. This Saturday coming. Good night, Spoon. Uh, yes, a girl. Like I said, sort of date. How it happened initially. Well, I've known her for about a year or over a year now. Liked her. Um, Met her at my church. She stopped going to my church, but we both attend go to this thing called the Living Rock. It's a ministry downtown Hamilton for youth and all that. But they have one day a week where they have a program where anybody can go to. I know the person who runs it is part of it. I've been part of it for off and on over the years, but she she was going there on a regular basis on the Wednesday. So I was told that by the person that's in charge that I could come. So I decided to go. Oh, it's not Joshua. Yes, she's definitely younger than me, but I want somebody that I can have kids with. But yeah, so I found out this band Skillet that I liked was coming. Had just got told about them a week before I asked her to go to them. See, um, I found out the day that she found out about them that they were coming. I got home, checked it out, but when they're coming and all that, and then the next week I sort of inadvertently asked her. Well, not inadvertently, but I'm not sure whether I asked her directly or not. I forget how I worded it exactly, but she said she'd go. Well, she said she had to check her schedule. I texted her the next day and said, "Hey, so is your schedule open?" And then she said, "Yes." I am not 100. Not even close. And there's only one PM Piper. Laying and slaying. Well, not laying and slaying yet, but so yeah, we ended up having that date. I'm not calling it. I'm calling it a date, but not calling it a date. I'm not sure what to call it. Does she know these are dates? I'm not even sure whether they're dates. trim the mustache just a little thinner. It makes sure dangerous chicks have love danger. Yeah, I didn't shave my mustache, but I only shaved my beard here like about a week and a half ago. Well, I shaved it initially for that one date or whatever you want to call it, and then I had an interview, so I reshaved it again, just touch ups. You said you were going. I said I would. I didn't. She hasn't agreed to this yet, so I haven't asked her either. So, and I wouldn't at this point because I'd have to be ludicrous too, and I'm not quite that ludicrous. But anyways, at the end of the quote unquote second date or the first date or whatever you want to call it, the first outing. We'll call it an outing. We won't call it a date. I did ask her to go see fireworks on this past Monday with me. And she had said sure pretty much right away at first, but she then remembered she had something that she'd have to do on Monday because something that she normally attends on Monday, and she didn't think it would be affected by the fireworks Canada Day. So I checked up with her when I met her on Wednesday at the place that we both normally go to. She looked like it's still not gonna go over, so I'm like, yeah, no problem. And then on Friday, I texted her, just said, "How's your week going? I hope your weeks went well." And I was seeing whether she was going to be attending something else that the person in charge uh, was going to be at. They were had a band that they were going to be playing with. Uh, and she didn't say that she was going to that, but she got back to me saying that she could do the fireworks. So we went to fireworks. Yeah. So fireworks, yeah. On Monday, and then I asked her about going for a hike this coming Saturday. But she had when I was out in BC, she had an accident that broke her leg. Um, so she doesn't have a cast or anything on anymore, or she just had a boot to go around her leg and all that. So she doesn't have that anymore, but so she thinks she's still a little not good to go on any long hike. So she said, no, possibly no to that. And then I like, well, I'll check in on, later the week. Maybe she'll think it's good enough. But earlier yesterday, Wednesday now, for me, no one likes hiking anyway. Well, a couple of other people that I know from that were trying to get a hiking thing going for me and two other guys, and she was sort of trying to get in on it. So I thought, hiking would be a good thing. But like I said, I contacted her Wednesday now, and I said, well, since hiking's not going to be a good thing, all right now, how about we get lunch and go mini golfing? And she's said sure to that. And yes, I would cook her dinner, except there's only one problem with that. She doesn't have her own place at the moment. She's with her dad because of her broken leg, and she's got to get a place and all that, I think, here in the Hamilton area. And then I don't really have a place of my own at the moment. Oh, yeah. Like the one week that after I came back, um, they have a little bit of a lunch thing at this place, and she was in the band, and afterwards she was getting some, you know, well, after she came up to the stage, grabbed a seat for her to easy to sit down in, and then I think afterwards she was getting something to eat. I grabbed her plate to hold it so she could, just tell the guy what to put on it, and and I brought it to her seat and all that. So yeah, being as supportive as I can. Let's see, you conveniently left out the part where you texted her, please, please, please go on a date with me, or else I did not even do anything of the sort. Uh, Sweet putt putt is dope. I got lost on the trail for 3 hours without care in the world. Cool, I guess. Yeah, I used to work for over 6 hours a day. I used to walk for over 6 hours a day. Loved every minute of it. Yeah. So, I'm trying to think of ideas to what to do. I've had bowling, but bowling I'd like to save for something in the winter. That way you're inside. Something more outside is what I'd like to do right now. Um, Trying to think maybe a day at the beach or something like that. I'm just various things that I'm trying to think of. Like for the hike, I was going to go to a place that I know called King's Forest. It's around here. It used to be near one of my old stomping grounds where I live. I was going to pack up the picnic lunch and all that sort of stuff. Have a blanket and a backpack, and with all this stuff, still probably going to do the hike. Maybe try and do the hike next month, meaning August. So, yeah, I guess it's just got a couple amusement parks around here, a water park, maybe might got to figure out whether she might be into amusement parks, water parks, that sort of thing. Rick Reed up on the term. Well, yeah, I know about the honeymoon phase. Um, I forget how to put it, but I do know about it. I've learned a bit about it through a couple of different places. It's basically where um, honeymoon phase lasts usually can last up to 2 years. Um, it's a part where you don't really see much wrong with whoever you're going out with. The lovey-dovey feelings sort of block all that your logical reasoning or semi-logical reasoning or whatever. You know what I mean? I think. But my main thing, like I want to be going out with her, getting to know with her. Hopefully, her uh, sort of I wouldn't say ingratiating, but I'm not sure what the right phrase was. Grow on her. That you stop that and you stop doing the special things. You start only to impress them. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not that I'd want to stop doing any of this stuff. It's in some ways it's not even about impressing her right now, in my opinion. Um, some of it might be. I'm not sure, but Um, Part of it's just so you do the whole go out with her thing. You know, be find a way to be in her life more than just at a 20. Well, it's an hour meeting, an hour and a half meeting, but you only get to spend like maybe 20 minutes talking. 10 or 20 minutes if you're lucky. My honeymoon phase in the last 20 minutes with my ex went from zero to cycling to dark flat. Make sure you show her how to hold a putter. Is she still available? Oh, what do you mean? Good night, Spoon. Well, I know she doesn't have a boyfriend at the moment. That's what you need. Can't take well with arthritis. Oh, just like Flex. So, yeah. What else? So there's a little bit of catch up for you. My ex was like off-brand Judy Arasa. A little bit of catch up, Crooked Painter for me. Um, Not sure what else to say. We went over a bunch of stuff. Um, you know, Obviously, I'm on another channel too, once or twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week, called the Mike Walters, the Mike Stand. He goes over Needs News as I go. We do comment. He does well. We both do commentary. Do the retrospect. I forgot which one is that. Asking Nick Spoon. So if anybody wants to check out that channel that hasn't, in fact, I actually started doing something for Mike, some new thumbnails for him, mainly for the comic retrospect. Uh, Push your Patreon. Yeah. Well, yeah, my Patreon. There is a link to my Patreon in the description if anybody wants to support me. Get something. There's different things for artwork on my Patreon. Um, Rick shoes may be a ghost. Ghost shoes. Uh, that's the link to the one thing. Yeah, I was about to show off. Okay, I'm gonna take the camera off for a sec here. There is a picture of her actually. For those that didn't see earlier, this was at the fireworks. Me and her. Uh, but here's a thumbnail I did for the DC Comics historical retrospect. And they're doing Archie this week. So I got one for Archie. It looks very similar. Of course, the comics are changed for Archie type Archie ones that Archie produced or MLJ and all that, and then the various comic logos by Archie or MLJ, which turned into Archie. And I'm going to be making up more of those for the various nights. If I was a ghost, I wouldn't have had arthritis. You don't know. You don't know that you ever heard phantoms. Uh, I would rather have a phantom than a real spoon. And Rick, you are already absolutely gang setting. Stupid autocorrect. At least he hasn't said her name on stream. They're CJNG. I'm not sure what that is, stands for. So, what do you think of the thumbnails I've done for the Mike Stan comic historical comic retrospect? We basically read old comics based from, well, not just me, whoever he has as his guest. I'm only a guest like once a month usually on. Uh, Sometimes he has metal. C is obviously Canada. I'll figure out the rest at some point. Um, what was I saying? Oh, the mic stand. Yeah, yeah, he has different guests on. It's a Mexican gang run by Canadian juvenile negotiating gang. Look, lurking in the background, waiting to pounce. You slide dog. Well, and I have a picture from the night of the concert too. Come on. There we go. Okay, showed it. It was crippled January, nobody gimp. Okay. Stop touching this poor girl. Hey, nobody, well, actually, I think I might have said her name last week when Tim was here. But if I did, I didn't really mean it to, so. Oh, but yeah, I guess that's about it. It's, nobody knows her name or whatever, so, or much about her except for a little bit that I've said. You did, that's why I said this stream was not. And you did. That's why I said this stream not on stream. Okay. Oh, about saying her name last time. Okay. I think that's what you're talking about. But anyways, I think I made up for the time that I was late starting. So thanks everybody in the chat for coming by. It's been great having you all here chatting with you about this, that, and everything. Hopefully next week when I'm back, I will have more news about a job. Hopefully I will have a job. I should know about both the ones that I had the interview last week and this week. I should know about them by then. And also, I can inform you about how Saturday goes. You definitely shared too much information last time. You gave us her phone number, address, and social insurance number. I could not give her social security number. She doesn't have a social security number. It's before you go. Says good night, Spinach. Oh yeah, and also Crooked Painter, something that's coming up too, hopefully in the next week or so. Last night with a guy named Kay and a guy named Elk in the chat here, or now he's known by Paris Social something. We did an online escape room, although it wasn't really an escape room online, but it was still pretty good. I did a big filmed it, and that should, although the first 20 minutes, I forgot to record everybody else's responses, turn on the desktop audio for recording. So you'll just have me. But I'm going to do some editing with that. That was over 2.5 hours, so I'm going to try. I'm not sure how long I can break it down into. So hopefully you will like that. That's going to come up. And can we remove Joshua's wrench for not inviting me to his quitting? I should remove it just for him not inviting me. But no, I'm not going to do that. Try not to put pros over the weekend. I think I could do that. So yes, thanks everybody for attending tonight, listening, and sorry about starting late. I was over on the mic stand. We were commenting on some an article from the Bleeding Fool, I think it is, about on some new comics that are two up on Kickstarter, one up on Funma Comics. If you want to go check that out. Maybe if you stopped ignoring my DMs that I sent daily, I would have invited you. Okay. See all. Sunday I will be on the mic stand at night for the weekend edition. If you guys want to check that out, I done told you. I lost the password to that again. The Piper don't have time for social media and. But yeah, I do try and do social media as much as I can. Um, when I get my new place and the job, I'm probably going to be on doing stuff a lot more too. And Joshua's responding to things. Okay, so bye everyone. God bless. If I can get my mouse over to the end stream. Love y'all. See you next week, or watch out for videos coming out. There should be a couple more snack videos. So keep an eye on the Pied Piper of Hamilton as well. God bless. Later.